Mini episode 1870 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You'll want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Hello and welcome to FDH Lounge mini episode 1870, the weekly FDH football preview show. I'm FDH Managing Partner Rick Morris here with our fantasy and non-fantasy preview for Week 5 of the 2025 NFL season, as well as a look at Week 6 of the college football season. This podcast is excerpted from this week's edition of the 2025 FDH College and Pro Tip Sheet, available on the main page at fantasydrafthelp.com. Extra features that you will find there include our first four teams on the outside looking in for the college football playoff, our full NFL power rankings, our NFL rankings by division and by conference, and our list of fantasy players never to bench if they are healthy and not on a bye. This week's byes are Atlanta, Chicago, Green Bay, and Pittsburgh. We start with our picks right now for the college football playoff. Here they are. 1 Ohio State, 2 Oregon, 3 Miami, 4 Texas A&M, 5 Indiana, 6 Oklahoma, 7 Georgia, 8 Mississippi, 9 Texas, 10 Penn State, 11 BYU, 12 South Florida. For last week's picks, we were 2-3 and we're 9-15-1 on the year. Here's what we've got this week. Ohio minus 14.5 over Ball State. Texas minus 7 over Florida, Ohio State minus 23.5 over Minnesota, Miami minus 4.5 over Florida State, and Louisville minus 7 over Virginia. In the NFL, we're going for our fourth season since 2016 of being profitable, i.e. above 52.4%, picking every game of the season. We came within a few picks of that last year. Last week we were 8-8 overall, 1-2 on the Big Three, and 0-1 on the lock. It's 26-37-1, 5-7, and 2-2 on the season. Here's our picks for this week. San Francisco plus 8.5 over the LA Rams. Dallas minus 2.5 over the New York Jets. Denver plus 3.5 over Philadelphia in the first Why Ask Why special of the year. New York Giants plus 1.5 over New Orleans. Houston minus 1.5 over Baltimore. Las Vegas plus 7 over Indianapolis. Miami minus 1.5 over Carolina. Tampa Bay plus 3.5 over Seattle. Cincinnati plus 10.5 over Detroit. New England plus 8 over Buffalo. And Kansas City minus 3.5 over Jacksonville. For our Big Three, it's the LA Chargers minus 2.5 over Washington and Arizona minus 7.5 over Tennessee. And in the 1,000-star gold-plated lock of the millennium for NFL Week 5, it's Minnesota minus 3.5 over Cleveland. Now for our fantasy football segment. Remember, we strongly discourage fantasy overmanaging. You don't pull your top guys unless they're hurt or on a bye, period. Don't let the matchups or everything geeks tell you anything different. Remember, our Thursday night game picks and fantasy recommendations are up every week on our Twitter page at the FDH Lounge. Now here's our non-gimme picks for the week. Quarterback, Justin Fields, Jared Goff, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Daniel Jones, Patrick Mahomes, Drake May, Kyler Murray, Bo Nix, Dak Prescott, and Matthew Stafford. Running back, Devon Achane, Trey Benson, Chase Brown, James Cook, J.K. Dobbins, Travis Etienne, Breece Hall, Amarian Hampton, Travion Henderson, Derrick Henry, Quinshon Judkins, Alvin Kamara, Woody Marks, Jordan Mason, David Montgomery, Cam Scatterbo, Kenneth Walker III, Javonte Williams, and Kyron Williams. Wide receiver, Jordan Addison, Keenan Allen, Devontae Adams, Emeka Egbuka, Zay Flowers, Chris Godwin, Marvin Harrison Jr., T. Higgins, Quentin Johnson, Lad McConkey, Teteroa McMillan, Jacoby Myers, Chris Olave, George Pickens, Michael Pittman, Devontae Smith, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Cortland Sutton, Jalen Waddle, Jamison Williams, Garrett Wilson, and Xavier Worthy. Tight end, Mark Andrews, Harold Fannin, Jake Ferguson, TJ Hawkinson, Travis Kelce, Dalton Kincaid, Sam Laporta, and Tyler Warren. Thank you for joining us for this mini episode of the FDH Lounge.